today's mango collection we have are all small size mangoes, but don't get fooled by the small size. They are Mighty Mouse mangoes. We have Pina Colada. We included this every time we ate Pina Colada this season. They were excellent, like very sweet with very good balance of acid and sweetness, and never, even with good mangoes, sometimes you get bad tasting ones, like many coconut creams. Some tasted like sewer and some were excellent tasting, but Pina Colada never disappointed. All the Pina Coladas we had that got to this stage where it was completely orange were excellent tasting, no matter where we got it from, because we got it from a couple of different sources and always very good tasting. First time this season we are trying Fairchild. We have tried Fairchild many times last season and previous ones, some from our tree as well. Our tree this year, it's a huge tree, about like 8 to 10 feet tall, but did not flower or did not set fruit, so I don't know what's the productivity of Fairchild mango is. The tree looks very good with no disease though. So we have a small size mango, Fairchild mango, and we have Dwarf Hawaiian in 3 different stages of ripeness. This is too ripe. We got it from Arun in Coral Springs. We let it go a little too ripe, and this is the least ripe. I think this is a little too ripe. It's starting to get bad from here, but it's getting a good color, like a reddish with yellow here. So, and it has good smell. The best smell is coming from Pina Colada. Fairchild doesn't have a little bit of like a cooked food smell, and I was wondering if we mixed with some onions while we were storing, but it doesn't seem like. We will see how it tastes inside. So all these are small size but considered very superior tasting varieties. I think Dwarf Hawaiian is not from Hawaii, it's from Puerto Rico actually, and but it's the ones that we have tasted so far have been very good tasting, and we wanted to include it in our tasting. This is a small size tree, can be kept compact, and it's an early season mango when the seasons are well balanced, not like this year. It's everything is in the early, but this is an early season like rosy gold or lemon meringue. And if you like flavor of this profile, which we will talk about later, you would like to have a tree in your yard of Dwarf Hawaiian. Pina Colada, I think it's a mid-season, and Fairchild also the same. So let's see. You can try with let's try with Dwarf Hawaiian, because we have it in 3 different stages of ripeness. So we'll start with this. It's a little too ripe, as we told already, but inside doesn't look like that bad, although you can see the skin is completely puckered and black. Let's see, we might be wrong. It's starting to get cracks a little bit. It's very sweet and spicy. Doesn't have that Indo-Chinese, I hate to use the word used by pundits like Indo-Chinese or classic or Indian, West Indian flavor. It doesn't have that that sub-acid zing, that taste that you get from sweet tart or Kathy, but it is an excellent mango on its own, because it has that traditional mango flavor that I grew up eating, and it has perfect level of sweetness. This specific one does have a good level of fiber though. See, you can see fibers here. It's a lot of fiber, not a lot that is troublesome, but it does have fiber, but the taste is excellent. This was too ripe. Let's taste this one, which is like a little less ripe than that, but still it's already ripe. I'm tasting it with the skin today, but we can try without. The skin peels very easily. Juicy as well. juice is dripping. This one is also excellent. It has some fiber, as I said. This one also has fiber, but it has a perfect level of sweetness, and this the traditional mango flavor is very strong here. It doesn't taste like pineapple, doesn't taste like citrus or lemon or coconut, but it does taste like traditional mango flavor with good level of spiciness and good level of sweetness. Let's try this one. This is the last one that is the least ripe. We got it from Zill High Performance Nursery. This looks like this also has these cracks. This tends to get this. And when I cut, you can see small microfibers here. So it's not a fiberless gloss mango like lemon meringue. When you cut it, very glossy. No, when you cut, you hear some kind of scratchy sound, and that's coming from the small microfibers. Same, very sweet, and it's no acid, but then the sweetness is balanced by the spiciness and the traditional mango-y flavor. I like it. Next we are starting with Fairchild. I'm sorry I didn't research much about Fairchild, except the fact that we have a tree that I don't prune that much. It's been there for 3 years, and it grew pretty fast. It's not like compact, but it looks very healthy, dark green leaves, and I haven't had ever to spray copper on it. So the only problem with Fairchild so far here in South Miami is that it's not flowering, it's not fruiting for last 2 years. Yes, last year we had 2 or 3 fruits. This year not at all. So I'm putting some more different varieties on. Out of 3 branches, the 2 branches will be 2 Indian varieties, Daseri and Langra there, and one I will let it be as Fairchild, and I think that's the way to go. Let's see this one. This is normally how Fairchild mangoes are, a little bigger than this, but they are very small size mangoes, and they turn this nice golden yellow color when they are ripe. This one very strange. I don't know, it does feel very hard inside, outside when you press, although the color looks like, and it's been there for 2 weeks already, so it's not doing much. Last time I had Fairchild, it looked deep orange, so this one looks yellow, so I have a feeling that it was picked early and it didn't mature well, or ripen well, sorry. Let's see. Strange. The texture is not gritty like in Dwarf Hawaiian. It's more glassy. It's more. It's not creamy. It's chewy. It's not melting in the mouth. It's sweet, and I never expected that it would have some sub-acid component to it, but it does. And I have a feeling that it's not completely ripe. It has to turn completely orange. The last time I had Fairchild, this one it has some closer to the skin. I can feel some strong resinous taste, but overall this one didn't develop the level of sweetness that it would if it was completely ripe, and also had some sub-acid, but I can't really put it into a specific flavor group. I can try this again. Seems like on this side it's a little more ripe. All I could say that it's also comes a little bit in the spicy flavor mangoes with some level of sweetness in it. Yes, it doesn't fall into the newer Zill varieties of different citrus or lemony or pineapple taste, but it's like just a traditional mango taste with level of spiciness and resinous taste with sweetness to balance it. For me, at least between these two mangoes, Dwarf Hawaiian and Fairchild, I still like Dwarf Hawaiian. It has more complex, rich taste to it compared to Fairchild, at least this one. Last one is Pina Colada. There's this interesting story, if you can wait. I know people don't watch more than 5 minutes in YouTube these days, nobody has time. But in India, a certain mango gets sold for 1500 rupees. And although it might be just $30 here, but it's a lot for India to spend 1500 on one mango fruit. And that mango variety is called Kohitur. Only the kings of those times, couple hundred years ago, they had there in their orchard and nobody else was allowed to. Now the king system is gone and very few people have those trees, and it's a perfect mango. I have heard that to cut that mango they didn't use the metal knife, they used a bamboo knife. So, and then they used to cut and pick each individual slice with a gold toothpick. So that's how it was in those days. Talking of knives, we also don't want to use the knife that we cut our veggies and like onions and garlic, ginger. They have strong taste and sometimes it mixes with fruit knife we keep it separately, and when it is mango season the only fruit we have is mangoes, so we are cutting with this knife. Nothing specific, you can cut with any knife, just not to use it if you really want to know what the taste is like. The taste sometimes mixes. So we have the Pina Colada mango that we got from Walter's home fruit stand. It really has a very beautiful, very fragrant, nice floral smell to it. I've been starting to know just by smelling some mangoes smell very unpleasant, and when I cut the same taste is. So if the mango is smelling like this, it should be tasting as well. Let's find out. A little bit of crack here from the seed starting to come. It looks like seed is starting to get bad a little bit. It did stay a long time after picking, so probably that was the case. I want to just throw this portion that could be a little bad. Really nice. It's hard to explain, but it has this perfect balance, like people talk about perfect balance of sweetness and acid, and it has that, plus it has more to it. It doesn't have any funky smell or taste. No fiber except for very close to the skin. It is not as overpowering as pineapple pleasure in terms of flavor of pineapple, but it's perfect for me. It feels like it's a good balance, not too acid, not too sweet, and no complaints. I don't want to compare Dwarf Hawaiian with Pina Colada because they look like completely different flavors, though I want to take a bite of Dwarf Hawaiian once more. No, this is closer to like what you say, mango flavor with perfect balance of sweetness, and this has more to it. It does have mango flavor, obviously it's a mango, but it has more pineapple. The aftertaste of coconut is not there as in other strong ones like coconut cream or sugarloaf, but it's just good level of sweetness with some acid pineapple flavor and a good aftertaste in the mouth after you finish eating it. I really like Dwarf Hawaiian, and I think I'm going to get a tree. I had rosy gold and I ate many rosy golds. I still think Dwarf Hawaiian, for me, my taste preference, is much better tasting. Last, I know people are rating mangoes 1 to 10, going and top working each mango every season because someone else is rating different mangoes from. I think even if I eat Dwarf Hawaiian from 50 different places in Florida or around the world, when I talk about Dwarf Hawaiian, how it tastes, it's more about me, what taste preferences I have, and how I grew up eating different mangoes. That will be reflected upon my description. If you want to do something in your yard, like plant a tree or top work a tree or throw away a tree, please taste yourself. Your taste buds are different, your conditioning is different than mine, and your taste preferences will be different. So keep that in mind, please. This is just a tasting video, and this is some information for you, but more for us, because this is our garden and we are growing together with our garden. Our fruit trees are still small, but we have some fruits growing and we love it, and we want to watch our garden and our videos over the years. So thank you for enjoying, and I hope we can have some more mangoes in coming weeks or next year. We'll see you soon. Thank you.